These 12 children aren't my patients, they're my captors. My license is probably the last thing I should be worried about right now, but I can't stop thinking about the ink drying on a termination letter. My career, my life's work, gone. But then I look at the file on my desk, the one with 12 names and no history, and I know that my job is already over. My training never covered this. No textbook has a chapter for what's happening on the 3rd floor. I work at a place called the Haven Institute. That name is a fucking joke. It's a state-funded youth psychiatric facility. 2 buildings on a manicured lawn, surrounded by a fence high enough to make you feel like you're the one on display. I'm in the high-acuity building. The kids who come here are usually shattered by trauma in ways that make your soul ache. Hysteria, dissociation, hallucinations. I've seen it all, or I thought I had, until they arrived. The whole wing is just them. 12 kids. The paperwork we got is a joke. It's been scrubbed. Birth dates, a few previous addresses that lead to abandoned lots, and that's it. No school records, no family history, no medical files. It's like they were born a week ago and dropped on our doorstep. I need to tell someone. Anyone. I need to write it down before I start thinking I'm the one who belongs in here. I'm not using their real names. I don't know why, but I feel like just typing them out is an invitation for something to notice. First, the twins. Janus and Vesta. I met with Janus twice, and I swear to God I was talking to 2 different boys. The first time, he was a bundle of raw nerves, picking at his cuticles until they bled, eyes darting everywhere. Anxiety, I wrote down. Classic case. The next day, he sat across from me with a posture like a king, his gaze so steady and condescending it made my skin crawl. He spoke with a different cadence, a lower voice. When I asked him about the change, he just smiled, a slow, cold smile. Sometimes the vessel is cloudy, he said. Today it is clear. His sister Vesta is the opposite. She's still placid. On paper, she's the sanest person in the building. No panic attacks, no delusions. But her calm isn't normal. It's the calm of an ocean trench. I asked her why she was here. She looked at me, her eyes empty of any light, and said, to bear witness. I have no idea what she's here for, but I have a gut feeling she's the most dangerous one of them all. Patient 3, I call Ignacio. The file had one word scrawled in the margin: pyromaniac. He set his childhood home on fire. Multiple times. The thing is, he doesn't get a thrill from it. He talks about fire with this weird reverence, like it's a sacrament. He told me he was taught to burn things to make room for the Father's voice. He doesn't see it as destruction. He calls it a lesson in purification. Then there's Echo. They don't speak, not really. They trail after Janus or Ignacio like a shadow, and if you try to get them alone in a room, they start trembling so hard the chair shakes. The only time they make a sound is when they think no one is looking. A soft rhythmic chant over and over. Praise the Father. Praise his holy silence. The 5th one is Nemo, and the irony of that name is a special kind of hell. He is terrified of water. Utterly, catatonically phobic. He won't drink it from a cup, won't go near a sink. The nurses have to sedate him to bathe him. But there's a catch. Rain. He loves rain. The first morning I saw him, there was a storm raging outside. He was pressed against the reinforced glass of his window, hand flat against the cold surface, a look of pure ecstasy on his face. His roommate, who I'll get to, told me he's been like that for years, ever since the Father showed him the first truth. Here's the part that keeps me up at night. When I finally managed to coax him away from the window, his hair was damp, not just a little. It was soaked, plastered to his forehead. The window doesn't open, the locks are checked hourly. There is no way, absolutely no way, he could have gotten wet. I still can't explain it. And his records? They don't exist. Not scrubbed, just blank. We only have an age for him because we asked him directly. He said the last time someone told him he was 8, he looked 6, maybe 7. But he carries himself like a weary old man. When we asked about his parents, he looked confused. The commune raised us, was all he said. Patient 6 is Annalise. She lives behind a privacy curtain she's commandeered. A true hikikomori, just trapped in a shared room with Vesta. Vesta says she doesn't speak. Ever. The nurses leave her food. It disappears. That's it. I've checked on her maybe a dozen times now. She never looks up. All she does is draw. She has a coloring book of some creepy, vintage, stop-motion characters. At first, the drawings were just colored in. Now, they're changing. She's using the cheap markers we gave her to add shading, depth. The figures on the page are starting to look three-dimensional. They look like they're trying to crawl off the paper. Next is Abel. Compared to the others, he's almost normal. Severe depression, crippling separation anxiety. He can't be away from me or his roommate Nemo. The two of them are inseparable. Abel acts like Nemo's older brother, shielding him from anything that might scare him. He makes sure Nemo's cup is always filled with juice instead of water. Nemo, in turn, never strays from his side. Abel is 14, but he talks about knowing Nemo for a very long time, longer than should be possible. He's the group's protector, but he looks like he's carrying the weight of the whole world on his shoulders. Then there's Heniel. She's the oldest, 15, and carries herself like she's 30. She's the other protector, the matriarch to Abel's patriarch. She speaks almost exclusively in Korean. My coworker Lexi can translate. Heniel is quiet, watchful, and seems to have some kind of auditory processing disorder. Lexi says she often mishears words or struggles to follow a conversation, but not always. It's selective, like she only hears what she wants to hear. And just like Vesta, there's no clear reason for her to be here. She's sharp, stable, just, detached. Like she's observing a play, and we're all the actors. Her roommate is Lazar. The kid has profound insomnia. I work late, usually 3 p.m. to midnight. I check on him every night before I leave. He's always awake, staring at the ceiling. In the week they've been here, the nurses have logged maybe 4 hours of total sleep for him. I don't know how he's still functioning. When the lights are out, his eyes seem to glow in the dark from the hallway light. I'm convinced he can see perfectly in the pitch black. Patient 9 is Cassia. She's the informant. She's a chatterbox, but only with me. The other staff say she's mute around them. She's the one who confirmed all 12 of them came from the same place, this commune. She's the one who told me about the father. He wasn't their biological dad, just the father. She said none of them are related except the twins. Cassia is bright, clever. She told me she was the first to realize. Realize what, she wouldn't say. Just that when you learn the truth, you are lost to the Father's will. I was supposed to talk to her more tomorrow. Number 10 and 11 are always a pair. Zebediah and Sela. Zebediah is a coiled spring of rage. He started 3 fights in a week, lashing out with no warning. Sela is always there to calm him down, whispering in his ear. She's the preacher. She told a nurse that Zebediah's outbursts are the dispelling of sin, the Lord's will made flesh. I'm not religious. I don't know much. But I know whatever God they're talking about isn't one from any Bible I've ever heard of. What kind of God teaches a child that violence is prayer? Which brings me to the last one. Stellan. He and Sela are why I'm writing this. They are why I'm terrified to go back to work tomorrow. They pray, once an hour, on the hour, even at 3 a.m. Lexi says they eventually pass out from exhaustion, but they try. In Stellan, he has cuts all over his arms. Slashes. Deep, geometric patterns. They're fresh. We strip searched his room, his clothes, his bed, everything. 5 fucking times. There's nothing. No glass, no metal, no plastic sharp enough. Nothing. And the wounds don't heal right. They stay livid red for days, barely scabbing over. We called in a specialist from County General 4 days ago to look at them. He was supposed to come the next day. He never showed. We've had radio silence from his office since. That's when I noticed it. I tried to call my wife from my office phone. Nothing. Just a deadline. I figured the system was down. I tried my cell. The call wouldn't connect. I tried calling my dad. It rang once, then I heard static. And underneath the static, for just a second, I heard a voice that sounded like his, but it was warped, shredded, saying words I couldn't understand. The panic set in. I practically ran out of the building. The second my foot hit the asphalt of the parking lot, my phone buzzed. A text from my wife. Everything okay? It's just a facility. The communication blackout is just inside the walls of the Haven Institute. Something is in there with them. Or it came with them. A cosmic entity, a divine intervention. I don't fucking know what to call it, but something is deeply, horribly wrong. I'm sitting in my car in the driveway, writing this at 4 a.m. because I can't go inside. I can't sleep. I'm a psychologist. I'm supposed to have answers. But all I have are 12 kids and a building that has started to swallow the outside world. If you have any idea what this is, please, help me.